met your mama at Trader Joe's.
I want to hit up in Montreal. I want to hit up.
Like I didn't go to Toronto and judge their event.
I'm gonna come
like we don't have somebody from our own camp that did some stuff that only Oz people could do.
Bro, it kicked me out the game.
Teach at a studio, for example.
Don't mind us. How y'all doing, y'all? This is episode 2. NJPW broadcast. As you promised, we about to bring y'all the history of the Krump Jerseyhype. Now, we're gonna start it off with I keep on forgetting the dates. I keep forgetting the freaking date.
Phantom knows the date exactly.
Yeah.
The date.
What is the real date?
December 2nd, 2016.
2016, when we was at that nice ass crib of Milan's.
Yeah.
Nice ass crib.
Yeah, last time, because when we did the first podcast in episode 1, we did mention that Milan's crib was the start of everything, and being that he wasn't there for the first episode, he's here now.
Yes, sir.
So now we'll give you the backstory and everything and what truly happened, and we're going to really get into detail on what went down that day and how everything started. So we're going to let Milan speak.
Yeah. So,
Jersey leader, by the way.
Yeah.
You looking at 4 other leaders,
facts.
You already know the 3 Musketeers plus D'Artagnan, you dig? But hey, the vet, the heavy hitter, the OG, and the best rookie on the planet. The best rookie in Jersey, but
twin everything.
Twin
everything.
Twin Jersey. You dig? Just twin of the whole Jerseyhype. You dig?
Everything.
Twin everything.
December 2nd.
The superhero.
December 2nd, 2016. That was it was at my crib when I was living in Bloomfield, New Jersey. It was in like the common area of the building. My building had like this common area where people in the building would just hang out, watch TV and stuff like that. So there was like a space in the common area where we would session, get noise complaints, everything. So
that common area has history.
Yeah.
Straight history.
So first ever people at that session, it was us 4, including Havoc, Aaron, Black Lion X, y'all know him, including our boy Tyreek. Shouts out to Tyreek, Madhouse brother out on the West Coast.
I got a story to tell about him.
Tyreek, he was up in there. And then we had more sessions after that, and then we had other dancers in the state that would come through. So like Hideout, for example, he's a dancer from Jersey, and he came to my house for a couple of the sessions, and he vibed out with us. Yeah, like that's pretty much where it all started. That's where we all kind of officially met. That's where we all pretty much like we clicked just like that, upon meeting for the first time. It was my first time meeting him. First time meeting him. So
to put it in a different perspective, like there were sessions that happened before that one, but the formation of the Jerseyhype movement really started with these people.
Yeah.
Because it stayed consistent with these people, like session after session after session after session.
Yeah.
Even to when we went out of state to like other movements like New York. You know what I'm saying? It stayed consistent with these people. And so it formed with us, and it was open to anyone else that we knew. So so
if anything, you looking at the pillars of Jersey right now.
Yeah.
You're listening to the pillars of Jersey.
Right, exactly.
Like the actual foundation of Jersey Krump. Like you see in the forefront of everybody, and even shout out to Brash. He's out in the West Coast, but he's a valid part of Jersey history. So
the 5th person.
He's the 5th person. Like he's really working. He's doing his
OG number 2.
He's just like
OG number 2.
Like he's literally like he's out there working, doing his rap thing. But when it come to Krump, he keep us updated. He keep us knowledgeable, making sure that we do what we need to do, and he makes sure that like we're out here not like doing no stupid shit that other Krumpers do. And I'm gonna say what I say, and that's how it is, because that's how the movement is. But at the same time, people like we always stay knowledgeable and we stay up to date of what we need to do and what not to do. But right here is the 4 main people you see out in the forefront of Jersey Krump. So when you come looking for Jersey Krump, expect to see either me, El Sirius, 07,
Wow.
or Phantom.
Wow.
If you're not looking for don't look for anybody else in Jersey as far as Krump. You need to come to these 4 people right here.
Yeah.
Word.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We ain't accepting nobody else. If you talking about I heard this person Krump. Is that 07? If you talking about who is who, then you ain't informed.
Yeah.
So get that correct.
Pretty much, this is where this is where everything Krump related in Jersey starts here. You know, everything starts here. Nothing happens in Jersey without us knowing about
Everything I play keeps me
And
out.
Or
That's like-
some Krump stuff may happen, but as far as Jersey Krump being recognized, it's us
Yeah.
that made it happen, and we stay consistent with it. So
That's why we call it, when you say the capital, we say the capital of Krump, Jersey Krump. If you see in the intro, that's why you put that up there, because we're the forefront for Krump in New Jersey.
The front line.
The front line, exactly. And it's crazy because I look back now, and it's because I got mad things I want to say. It's crazy because I'm gonna start off with this one. Like, taking it back, what Milan said, the very first session was with Hideout. It was with Hideout. It was Chronic. I know you gonna watch this.
Oh yeah, this was this wasn't even a first Jerseyhype session. This was just like our first time even realizing there were more Crumpers in Jersey.
We
We were just
Jersey
spread
Krump
out.
session. That's what we
Yeah,
called
it was just the New Jersey Krump session. But it was us 2, Tyreek, Chronic, Pegasus, and a Bruck Up dancer named Static. And we were all in my dining room. We moved the dining room table, the chairs, and everything. And we were getting buck in my dining room. And they left footprints on my wall. And I got yelled at by my stepfather the next day.
By the way, some of that footage is on the Jerseyhype YouTube channel. By the way, subscribe to the YouTube channel, as well as the Madhouse channel on IG, and as well as the Jerseyhype page on Facebook. Link will be in the description. I'm pretty sure, Eldon, once this gets put up, all that information will be in the description. But yeah, go follow us. So if you keep yourself updated in Jersey, whatever. Events, sessions, labs, all that. That'll all be posted or whatever on those following social medias. But back to what they were saying.
Yeah, after that session, and that's when the next session we were supposed to have was in, I think it wasn't in Montclair. It was somewhere, because this is when I finally met this guy right here, the vet.
Yeah.
I finally met the vet. This is where, it started to build. Because if y'all remember, I made the chat. I made the chat, and I wanted everybody to come along because, of course, we all had the same idea. Yeah. So I was like, I have a plan. How about just make this chat, get everybody on? And when I brought y'all along, and then y'all started finding more people that was from Jersey and was in Krump, bring them onto the chat. Then the thing started growing from there. And then after that second session, after I went with him, then that's when we had the third session. This is where you come in.
Yeah.
From Montclair.
Yeah.
And not only that, this was the first time I met you.
Yeah, this is the first time. Yeah, this is when I came into the forefront. I wasn't even heavy into Krump like everybody else in here. Like, I started out as an animation and poppin' style dancer, but I experimented with Krump, and I came to that session, and it's like each and every one of them just accepted me with open arms. Like, I was just like, I felt as though I was like an outcast, but like as soon as I danced, everybody was like, oh, this joke is bug. Hold up, he doing some stuff. So I felt right away, I was like, you know what, this is something I could really get behind. This is something I can like really like make a home out of, and I never turned back ever since.
And we also found out this man is a straight clown. This man he's saying some funny stuff. Yo, I got so much footage of this guy saying the most funniest stuff. I can make a whole footage, a montage of him saying ridiculous stuff.
we just gonna say is that cookies, oatmeal, raisin was the line. That's the famous line. Shout out to my boy, my best man Cliff. And his cousin. I actually got that saying from him because he mentioned that at like a family function, and ever since then that has been like a thing. And I just took that and I ran with it, and everybody literally fell out the day I said it.
I was doing a hat move. Tariq caught it, and then that's when he made the joke at it.
And like everybody was literally everybody was in the vicinity crying.
Yeah.
Like us, all you heard over the laughter, and that footage is also on the page too.
Yeah.
So shout out to that. Those are just one of many funny and spectacular moments that Jersey has had, from like even candid moments like that to battle footage, or to even just when 07 and Phantom are just talking to just people when in the sessions. We have like footage of that, and how we're just letting people know like this is what Jersey is, and this is how we roll, and this is how we conduct ourselves. So if you're gonna be a part of this, expect to be a part of that mold and doing as such. So even from the people we brought in up until now, like from the people we brought in from the past up until now, this been the standard of Jersey Krump.
Right.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like you come in here, you thinking you want to act the fool. If it ain't at a session, or you want to act the fool the right way, but you're not gonna come here thinking that, oh, I'm gonna do whatever I want. No, you're not. You will get packed out.
Right.
You will get talked to. You will get. You will literally get a lesson told to you, and then we will send you on your merry way.
That's the wild part right there. You know, people think that like, you know, we a small movement, that they think we're not gonna get down, that we're not gonna fight back. We a
That we're
small
an easy
movement,
target.
but we a strong movement.
Yeah.
Straight out at his words.
Yeah, that's definitely the truth right there. Like it's, I mean, you know, it's understandable why people would think we're an easy target, but in reality, we buck as hell.
Legit.
We buck as shit. So,
Legit.
And
you know,
honestly, I don't care if you take the statement, Jersey gonna do whatever the fuck we want. That's basically the truth.
It's
know
true.
What I'm saying? Everything that we accomplished, we did it ourselves.
Facts.
We didn't
Trust
ask
and
for
believe it.
nobody. So we really gonna do whatever the fuck we want. Don't take it as we don't know how to conduct ourselves. We do. But ain't nobody gonna come up here and dictate us.
Like if
not gonna happen.
we don't go to nobody else's city or movement and tell them this is how we gonna run shit. No, you're not gonna come in our movement and tell us what to do and how you want to do shit. Like, even though, what was the perfect example of that? What's the perfect example of that? Like, you got a lot of people, you got a lot of things, but you just not gonna come to Jersey thinking you just gonna run shit. If we don't do that to y'all, please expect the same treatment.
Yeah.
You come here showing your ass, you will get put on your ass.
If anything, we trying to like collab with other people in the East Krump.
Exactly. We trying to build out here in the East. We're not trying to like tear nobody else down. Like if anything, we try to vibe out session, you know, be on a competitive spirit and do what we do. That's what Krump is. It's a battle dance. It's competitive, but we also want to make sure that we have more allies than enemies.
Yeah, like our main focus is pretty much like on making Jersey like a stronghold for ourselves, but a stronghold to a sense where it's like, you know, we're totally not against accepting help if the help is genuine. We're totally not against alliance and stuff like that, but the goal is to just create a stronghold, and we definitely will credit whoever actually did help us the correct way, not give us advice here and there and then go on social media and say that they helped us out a lot when they didn't. Like, who actually pulled up to Jersey, who actually gave gems, who actually constantly showed support, who actually reached out. You know, shouts out to Pat, because that's a perfect example. Shouts out to Jerseyhype, he be doing that, you know. So like, we need to create a stronghold to the point where we're not like, you know, overlooked on the East. We're known as like, okay, yeah, that's a strong community on the East. They're out there doing their thing, and they did that by themselves, you know. But again, by ourselves, but we still accepted help, you know, as long as the help was genuine, honest, and all that, you know. That's really...
Yeah, we are keeping a strong eye on people's intentions. You know what I'm saying? Are you really here to genuinely help us build, or are you here to increase your resume? If it's about the resume, then I'm gonna say, bye bye. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me get like, just because we don't take the social media and like voice our opinions doesn't mean that we're not, like you said, like how Phantom said, we're not on the watch. We're on our P's and Q's, but we go about it our own way. We don't have to necessarily follow the guidelines of how everybody else does in the movement. This is how we do it. This is how it's been working for us up until now, and it's going to continue to be so. So that will be that. I'm going to let El Serious say what he need to say.
Yeah. But the same thing when, like, picking up what 07 was saying, like, we're not trying to cause any harm. We're trying to downplay anybody. I will admit I am a little bit overprotective.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of an anger issue with that. I didn't like
That's a Leo trait, man.
Yeah, it's the Leo
That's
stuff.
That's the Leo trait.
It's just that I seen where all these three, and myself has done, and I don't want to. I want them to keep on going what they're doing because I see the hard work, and when I'm done, sometimes they see me, they like I'm not even around. Most of the times it's just these three carrying up session after session, especially this guy right here, the vet. He was doing it, and he had working like 3-4 jobs. I don't know how the hell he was doing it. I don't know how the hell he was doing it. He did it.
He was the epitome of Chris Rock's father, and everybody hates Chris.
So,
he was literally the epitome. This man was like, when I tell you, like, not even just outside of Krump, but just in Krump in general, like every one of us has been working like tirelessly. Like if Milan ain't running sessions, Phantom is running sessions, and vice versa. Like Milan, like if Phantom's running sessions, Milan is out just in other countries repping Krump. Like I try to maintain like rookies and like within the movement or whatever else, because like me, I was like the new kid on the block until all the newcomers started to come in. And you got L Sirius is just making sure that our footage is up to date and just like making sure that like we have good video quality. So everybody is working within this movement.
Right.
Just because you don't see a certain somebody within somewhere, it just doesn't mean that nobody is like that person is not working. We are all working. We just have our ways of doing it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And let me just put this in perspective. The work has been done. Some people believe that we haven't traveled. Believe it or not, we have traveled. You know what I'm saying? You didn't know us, so you didn't really care to see it.
I lost count how many times I went up to Canada. I lost count.
Bro lives in Canada. Like he could teleport and come back.
I lost
like
count how many times I've been to Vegas, or to Cali, or Arizona. Yo, shout out to Arizona. Shout out to my brother, Big Serious. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
I will be returning. I will be coming to see you.
Man, I don't know how many times it's just when I came into the movement, I was like 4 or 5 months into Krump, and I was going in and out of NY a lot, going up against heavy hitters and OGs and vets, starting off in Krump. Like I wasn't.
I know we shouted them out in the first one, but shout out to our allies. You know what I'm saying? Fable, Prime,
Anubis.
Hazard,
Anubis,
of course, Anubis. That's family. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Press. You know what I'm saying? Pac, we already shot you out. I'm gonna shot you out again.
y'all like the brothers from another mother and all that other stuff. Y'all always support us, and shout out to that day.
I feel like
my whole girl Millie, you know what I'm saying? Because she made it to every single event we ever thought.
Yeah, man.
Real talk.
That type of collaboration you was talking about, Pac, and I keep on focusing on that movement because I love how the event, the Pac versus Jerseyhype went. I loved it so much that I wish we can do that with. And New York too, we cool with New York too. I want the whole East Krump to be like that. Because you imagine if we had a great session like that with just 2 states. Imagine if we all collab and then not think about the competitive level. And just
Or not even just the politics.
Yeah.
Forget all the politics. Forget about I'm better than you. Like prove your buck. Let's throw a big session and say like, oh, you feel like you bucking at me? Battle right now. Forget all that. Let's have a big dope ass. Fuck all the talk.
Honestly, like that session kind of set an example of like I feel like a lot of dancers need to understand that there's a difference between beefing and being competitive. Because when we had that session with Pac, we were all battling. Like it wasn't just like battle for fun. Like we were going for blood. But right after that battle, it was nothing but bro shit.
It was wine, champagne, everything.
Yeah.
Jokers was hitting up 7-Eleven and corner stores, getting Gatorades and all that stuff right after. They was like, yo, where's the nearest pizza spot? Where's this?
I battled my bro, Hello Laces. I battled him.
Boy Bruiser.
Right after we battled, we started talking about Assassin's Creed. That's how that was. But while we were battling, we was battling. Like we were battling. Right afterwards, we were like, "Did you play Valhalla yet?" That's what it is, bro. We'll battle, but there's no beef. But
after the battle with me and Lil Freak Show, he was asking me like, "Yo, how do you come up with some of the material you got?" I'm like, just let him know, yo, I come from an era where everybody had to come up with the freshest material. Yeah. It was a big competition on material.
Yeah, just like even with me and Marcus, like before the battle, like we were very good friends. He was having troubles, and I'm glad he's at a good like headspace now. Like even though like I pray for him and his family. Shout out, like his mother's really sick, and but I pray for him and all that other stuff. But we I've been trying to keep him under wraps, and that battle was just like more of a release for the both of us. We went through some stuff, but we let it all out. Then that's just the whole point. That's what the dance is for. It's for release. It's for therapy, and that's what everybody needed.
Yes.
So it's like, if you can do that within Krump and outside of Krump, that's how it is. Like, you supposed to have that genuine, that love for the dance, and as well as the love for the other people. We don't care about like, I'm better than you, or like, I don't like you because of the way you jab or something like that. Like, that's corny. Like,
Right.
show some respect. Like, you got people that are willing to show you the time and place. Like, come on, give them the same respect.
Respect will come, man. And like, people, I feel like they rushing it. You know, I remember when I'm doing it, and I was just doing this clearly because I was just trying to have some fun. I was having fun doing Krump. You know, I didn't go on social media talking about where's my respect and all that stuff.
Yeah, right.
It just came to me because people started seeing me with all these live footage, and it's just like back in my yard. You know, I was like hanging out with the New York bros because before the Jerseyhype was even came to be, I was like supporting the Concrete City.
Plus, you were already outside too.
Yeah, he was already outside.
You were already outside.
I was already
You were
out.
active.
I was active, and then like I think when my prime years, I think when people really started recognizing me, 2015, when I was going to All Styles battles and stuff, and that's when they really started recognizing me. There's a video on there. I think I went up against Example.
Man, it's nice, man.
That Example.
And you know, it's for the rookies who may possibly be listening about respect, especially in Krump. Okay, if you're trying to build genuine relationships in this movement, and yes, you give respect to get it. But if you're trying to make a name for yourself, if you're trying to create a stamp, then your respect must be earned. You must put in that footwork. You must go through the mud. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through the fire for yours.
When you start out in Krump, like, you got to understand, when you start out in Krump, you're not entitled to shit. You know, your privilege is the dirt. Everything you get in Krump, you have to earn. So even like, you know, you'll be surprised what's the little things that you end up earning. Like, creating a dope relationship with somebody else in Krump, that is something you've earned because they see something, you see something. But when it comes to building bonds in Krump, understand that good dancer does not mean good person, you know.
Yeah.
So the skill will come. Skills can develop, you know. All it comes is just dedication, the heart, the lab, all that, you know. But good dancer does not mean good person, you know. Always, you know, find somebody who's on the same mission as you, or even if their skills are up there, you look at their intentions, look at where their heart is at, look at what their head is at. Right. You know, if they're a good, genuine person, and then on top of that, they're a dope dancer who's looking to improve and not in a headspace where they feel like they're good where they're at, they don't need to get better, then, you know, you struck gold, and just keep building with that person. The skill will come, but it's all about how good that person is, you know, because even though it is Krump, it is a rugged dance, it is like all this other shit, but at the end of the day, we're still people, you feel what I'm saying?
And
so,
all I can say is, from my perspective of coming up, I can say three things. One, come in as a student.
Yeah.
Come in as a sponge. Learn as much as you can. Everybody has their way of teaching and delivering knowledge on the dance. People have different views on how they do things. So be a sponge. Two, be humble. Man, be humble. Like,
the glasses came off.
When I tell you be humble, a lot of people, especially some newcomer, I've seen new generation dancers humble a lot of people who have been in the game for like over 10 years and plus. You get what I'm saying? Like, please humble yourself. Just because you have a pedigree and you have a name doesn't mean you can be easily dethroned.
Facts.
You can, like, it was said in Krump in years and years, and like back from the Golden Series. And see, I had to take it to the Golden Series. See, a lot of people don't know about that. Yo, no matter what level you at, you can lose.
Yep.
Somebody can come for you. Like, don't think you could be hot one day and think you can be hot the next day. Somebody can easily take you out in an instant.
They need to bring the moves back.
Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. So shout out to the new gen dancers that are coming out here, making a name for themselves, being humble and putting in work and just showing that, yo, I can be just as buck as anybody who's been in the game for 20 plus years.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? Like, and the third thing is, I be you. Be you. Don't change for nobody. If anything, like, prove on your character if you doing that. Like you trying to build your like how you are and how you dance, build upon that, but always remain you generally. Never change for nobody. If anything that should change is your like your style.
More specifically, find you.
Yeah.
And then keep it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because a lot of people are lost. Like they look for this dance as something else, but they're like completely so far gone. Like understand you, be comfortable. Oh yeah, be comfortable in you. Come into this dance with confidence. Mm-hmm. You can't do Krump without confidence. If you're not confident within your dance, a lot of people will exploit it.
And don't try not to confuse confidence with arrogance.
Yes,
you can
please.
be confident, but like he said, like what Slugger just said, like remain a sponge, remain a student. No matter how good you get at this dance, no matter how tight you get, how live you get, how nice you get, doesn't even matter. Always remain a student. As long as you always remain a student, you're gonna get to a point where you're leveling up and not even noticing it.
This dance changes every single time.
Every day.
Just when you think
Probably
you
changed 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, just think you know like, oh, I found a new way to jab, there's probably a new way to stomp. Or there's probably a new way to move your chest or a different thought process. There's something changing every day in this dance. So you gotta be on the wave.
If whoever saw Rise, remember when Lil C said the dance change every day? He wasn't lying.
That ass.
Every time.
He was not lying. I literally went on YouTube after I saw that. I'm like, and it didn't look nothing the same than it was on the movie. I'm like, what the hell? They're not even wearing face paint. They're looking like straight up niggas now.
People like me and those serious here who've been doing this for 10 plus years, I could tell you, like people who've really dedicated to this, they'll tell you that this dance really does change, and even if mentally you haven't grasped the rate of the change, your body will. You know what I'm saying? Your body will unlearn everything that it knows about Krump just to learn something new. Like I've gone through it many, many, many times. People who really love this, I promise you, they've gone through this. You know what I'm saying? Like, whew, this dance can take you over. If you really love it, this dance can take you over.
Man, all I know is just with all that, just anybody coming into this dance, don't think just with prior knowledge that you think you know what you know about this dance. Don't come in here thinking that you know something and you don't, because you will really get your feelings hurt.
Facts.
You will really get your feelings hurt. Like I had to like really come in and like, oh, this is not what I thought it was.
Yeah.
I have to like really, I gotta know what I'm talking about and what I'm doing, because somebody will really embarrass me out here, and I've had my share of embarrassments, and everybody else here has had their moments and stuff like that. We've all learned and we've all gotten better.
It might not even be embarrassed. I just might hurt your feelings to the point where you don't even want to Krump. It's okay, because we didn't want you in the first place. No, it's too many instances where people who really didn't care about Krump want to come into this dance and give their own facts.
You gotta,
and then when the real hits their face, it's like
you gotta have tough skin to be in this dance.
You gotta have tough skin, but like they said, come in humble. You know,
you got to.
You know what I'm saying? You will never stop learning. Krump is like a martial art. You will never stop learning.
You will
never really become a master.
A lot of dancers forget where they started.
You don't graduate from the basics ever.
A lot of people forget where they started from and where they came from. A lot of people talk about, I came from this, I came from that, but then when you get a little bit of limelight, you forget that humble part of your life where you was the person that you talking to. Right. Where your startup was like, I want to be like this when I get there. I want to be at this level. You forget that when you get that little taste of the limelight. Like, don't forget where you came from.
Don't forget your why either.
For real.
Like it's a new generation, a lot of people are coming into Krump because, people like Rapture, Hitman, Solo Crush, they made this shit look dope to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But,
shout out
me
to
and L Series, we come from an era to where this shit was survival. You know what I'm saying? This was a second family when we needed one to go to. You know what I'm saying? It was a language to where we could voice all of our problems, but we really couldn't put it into words. You know what I'm saying? This was a second part of us that wasn't accepted by the norm. You know what I'm saying? So it was accepted in dance. You know what I'm saying? This was a language. This was a family. This was a rebirth in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Right. All we got to say
is, things have changed. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are not coming into Krump with that. mindset. You know what I'm saying? Right now it's evolved. It's more accepted. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of
and it's not to like if you really want to come to this dance, you want to accept it, then all power to you. You know, by all means, come. Be a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
But just know that your life,
come correctly.
Your lifestyle will change once you get a part of this dance. Just let you know, like you can have whatever you background you came from. You could be black, Spanish, alien, from another dimension, demon. Just know, like once you get into this dance, it will change your life in a whole different, in a drastic way. Like I know it. El Sirius knows it, Phantom, 07, like we all been through it. We still going through it right now. A lot of what we go through is affecting us right now and affecting this dance and how we present it and how we showcase it. So just know, like, this dance changed lives for the better or for the worse. It's just the question is which side you gonna be on. You gonna be on the part that's gonna help or the part that's gonna destroy.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So just know, like, Krump isn't for the weak of heart. It's not for the weak of heart. You gotta come correct or you will get corrected.
Yeah. That's right.
But as far as that is concerned, let's get back into the history. We going really deep though, but this is what this podcast is for.
That's what we're here for.
But
bro.
that, like, as far as this Jersey history, like let's just say we can get into like how we started out and stuff. Like I can start first. I'm gonna just make it a short summary. Like I've been in dance since 2000, late 2011, 2012. I started out in my own group. I was doing hip hop and choreo and all that other stuff. I experimented with other styles, but over time, the group that I had or I was in, we broke up. We went our own separate ways. We did our own thing. I started to be on the wave of animation and everybody else posting videos. I had my own, and then everybody else started to follow suit or whatever. But then I found Krump at an All Styles event, and I was like, you know what? This is something I learned. I want to showcase this one day, and I did it. The footage is on, I forget what channel it's on. It's on YouTube, but based off, like, I felt so much of a connection of how to express myself in that battle, in that round that I did it. I was like, I need to continue to do this. That's when I met Hideout, and he introduced me to Milan. I was actually supposed to meet Milan at one of the All Styles events that he had, but due to work and
my job was a bitch at the time.
Yeah, they didn't allow my boy to be great.
Yeah, right.
You get what I'm saying? So, but eventually, you know, forces came and put us all together, and that's when I met him. I met Phantom, who used to try to kill me off with hat tricks at every session and shit. And El Sirius, this man, like, was dedicated into his just filmmaking and making sure that we had good content to present. And it's just like, I could be around these individuals, like they know what they're doing, they're knowledgeable, so it's like I can really stick with this. And now what? I'm under two of these dudes. I got under Milan. He gladly accepted me into the fam with open arms. He made me twin. What was that? 2017? 2016?
Yeah.
2016, 2017. Matter of fact, January 26th was the day I became Twin 07. And ever since then, I've never looked back. I show out. I don't even know. I could pretty much say
that was a shock at all.
I can say what I'm the loose cannon. I'm the most explosive out of Jersey, like, but I'm kind of the, you know, one of the most humble people you could ever meet. I love to joke. I love to do all these other things, but eventually, you know, I got around, got under Phantom. I went from being Young Vex and now I'm Twin Vex, so that's where the whole the Twin Jersey thing came from.
He's also Twin Muramasa.
Yeah, Twin Muramasa, another name. I'm actually trying to go for that other. I'm trying to go for the other name too.
Trying to go for 3 for 3.
I'm going for 3 for 3. I need to be Twin Black Lion. You already know how to. I'm going for the Twin everything. That's how it is. Just know, when I showcase those styles and I really get it, y'all in for a rude awakening.
For all we know, he trying to be twin serious. Or I like to say he trying to be too serious.
Too serious. Nigga, that's buck. But like, just know, like, that's how my start is, and ever since then, like, my journey in Krump has been just hella amazing. From like the battles I've had, the experiences and the lessons I've learned from the individuals that I've come to know over the years from New York and as well as other states, and even my people at home. Like my big homies, like everybody in Jersey has taught me a bit of everything that I know now, and I thank each and every one of y'all. So it's like without y'all, like I probably would be somewhere bored with doing animation again. So like thank y'all for accepting me and Krump and how I am now. That's all I can say. But like I really truly thank y'all for each and every moment that y'all gave me in Krump.
Yeah,
like real talk.
Tissue.
I'd say like my come up in Krump in Jersey was it was unexpected. I would describe it. First ever, because like I've been into Krump. I first started Krumping when I was 19, so like 2015. That's when I first started Krumping, and the first, I guess, other person who was, interested in Krump that I met was someone from Jersey. His name is Chronic. And he told me, I first met him at the same event that, Twin was just talking about, but it was a different year. So, Heroes vs. Villains event, he tells me, oh, you're a Krumper, you got to meet Hideout. And I was like, I guess when I get the chance, like, I'll meet Hideout. So... I go to a lab session in New York at my boy Riggs' house. Shouts out to Riggs, another big supporter of our movement. Yeah. Shouts out to our boy Riggs. Like, I went to his house and there was a few of us, like nothing but NYC veterans in the room. So Riggs, Prime, Streets, Limit, D-Dot. It's like we're in there sessioning and labbing. I told him they're from Jersey, and our boy Limit. He goes, oh, you heard of El Sirius? I was like, nah, who's that? He goes, oh, he's a Krumper from Jersey. Look him up, connect with him, all that. So... I found Chronic again. I found Hideout. Hideout found El Sirius, and then we all linked up at my house, where Hideout also invited Wavy, also known as Pegasus. He's another Krumper that was from Jersey, but he moved to Atlanta in like 2016. But he invited him. He also invited the Bruck Up dancer. His name was Static, and we were all at my house. All 6 of us, I think. It's in my dining room, like I said before. We moved the dining room table. We were just getting off. And I always tell people this story because I think it's just so hilarious. But, like, Phantom at the time was living literally right around the corner from me. And we had no idea that we existed, or I had no idea that he existed, like...
Him, Aaron, or Malcolm, or anybody that knows it.
No idea. He was literally up, like, you leave my house, make a right to that corner, then you make another right and walk up the hill. That was his house right there. So when I first went to his house one time, like a few years ago, I get to his house, and I'm looking, and I'm like, Mike, how long you been living here? He goes, about this amount of years. And I was like, that's interesting, because around that time, I was living down the block, make a left, then you go down, then you make another left, that's my house. Like, so we were sessioning around the corner from him, a veteran, and we had no idea. So, but anyway, yeah, like, I just like to explain that part of the story because I just find that so mind-blowing that he's literally right there. Like, or at least I could have went up to his house and labbed with him, But we were sessioning there, and then we just all stayed in contact. And then that's when, El Sirius created that chat. And we just started finding, like, Jersey Krumpers just started popping up. Like, oh, where are these people coming from? We started adding them. So that's when I first met Tyreek. Tyreek came to my house in East Orange right before I, like, went to go visit family in Florida. It was just me and him. He gave me some gems that he learned from the Buckster program that Tide Eyes was having. Yeah, and SLX. He took SLX twice. He took the Buckster program, the whole 9 yards. So he gave me some gems, and then that's when we met at my house in East Orange. No, not East Orange, in Bloomfield. We met at my house in Bloomfield in the common area. And then that was probably, that session to this day is one of my favorite sessions because that was the one session where we all, got to know, and that's where we became Jerseyhype right there.
We vibed out heavy that day.
So it was like, it was nothing but up from there. We hit bumps, like, there was times where there was like no sessions for like weeks because we were just trying to find a place to session at. But at the same time, I kind of miss getting noise complaints from my building because it was like 1 a.m. a.m. and we were still in my common area getting off. So, like loud music. All these tracks got gunshots and Annie up ad-libs and stops and shit.
Shout out to MOP, Busta Rhymes for all the tracks y'all made, man.
All the hip hop ad-libs, all the tenants are hearing that. The next morning, I get a call from somebody from the leasing office. We're getting noise complaints from the tenants. Can you not do that like after this time? I'm like, okay, sorry. And guess what? We did the next Saturday, the same damn thing.
Same goddamn
We did
thing.
it again. Like we were even in my the common area. The building also had a gym, which is right next to the common area. We would, he would start wilding. Like my twin would start getting live. He'd start grabbing the little stretchy ropes and start throwing them around the room. I was jumping on the equipment. Yeah, it was live. Like the green. Shouts out to the green.
For real, like
Yo, the door kill off.
The door. Oh yeah.
the door kill off, not the door kill off.
Yeah, you remember.
The door kill off, man. Oh my god.
We also had like our first ever street session, which was at Military Park, which to this day is still our street session location.
Like we moved so many different parts of that park. It's
Yo.
not even funny. Like we was across the street near the trains.
Yeah.
We went from that little stage area near the actual train stop where you could walk down the stairs to across the street near the cannon. That's where like we really hold our sessions at.
I believe
Cannon, that's what we touching at.
wholeheartedly they got rid of the chairs and tables because of us.
Probably.
Like
We
we
was one of them shits.
Yep.
like I
Well,
don't
we
know.
never broke any. Well, Chronic broke one.
When Chronic jumped off of a chair, he didn't know what he was doing.
He was
full of energy. He made that jump and he was out of stamina.
Yeah, it was. We just have so many memories. That's just the little things that built just this movement and where it shaped this to how it is now.
Should I give my breakdown story or is that it?
Oh yeah, in the first ever Jerseyhype street session, there was only 6 of us, and we had a 3-on-3 battle.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's where we first met Press.
Where they first met.
Press was like was actually one of the first people from NY to visit. He was the very first.
Yeah, he was the very first.
He was one of the very first people that like came to our sessions and really vibed out with us. So shout out to Press, Knucklehead. We love you, bro, but you be wilding, but we love you. But shout out to him. He's been with us for a minute, for a grip. So
yeah, he has been supporting for the longest. So, so my synopsis.
He said my synopsis.
y'all get the whole
my man took it to the thesaurus.
How much time y'all got? How much time y'all got?
So,
I gotta.
Hold on. You all right? We good. We good.
he checking the goddamn clock.
We good.
I definitely meant that euphemistically.
All right. We
we in for it.
So, damn. So I've been doing this Krump shit for about 14 years, since 2007.
Man.
So my day ones, Aaron, aka Havoc, and Malcolm, aka Monster Havoc, as you all know. So then my day ones, I know Malcolm since we were toddlers, basically, and I met Aaron in middle school like 15 years ago. We didn't really start dancing together until like high school came around, to where we was all playing video games in his living room, listening to music, and then I don't know, dancing just kind of fell into the mix, and then we just went on from there. We were the only Krumpers in our city, as far as we know, in our state, because we hadn't met any other Krumpers. People claim to have done it, but they didn't really do it.
They didn't do it.
So
They didn't do it.
with my day ones, it was a lot of us sessioning and labbing in the living room, in the parking lot, at school, doing performances, auditioning for crews, going seeking opportunity wherever it was presented, auditioning for so they could dance,
Man.
I did it 3 times. I did it 3 times. First audition was in New York. Second audition was Boston. The third one was Los Angeles. After that, started traveling for Krump. Like I traveled to New York, 2015. I didn't even know Oz was battling at that event. It was like Oz versus Freak Show. It was like Freak Sinatra. And it was
Freak Sinatra.
Ooh. I get to see Oz battle for the first time, my nigga. I met a lot of legends there, you know what I'm saying? And then it was ARC 2016. And then after that event, I took SLX. You know, I paid the Fuji, went back out there, trained with Oz, and I think about a year later I did it again.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I took SLX twice as well.
Man.
But after the first SLX and the footage was put out, that someone from a Krump from Jersey took the program. I was founded by Milan. He hit me up in my inbox personally. He was like, "Oh, you live in Jersey?" I said, "Yes, I do." He was like, "Oh, good." And he added me to the Jersey Krump chat. I'm like, "Holy shit! This other Krump is in this one."
My man had an epiphany. He's like,
It's like,
what?
yo, it was,
What the fuck?
it was the Holy Grail found me. Like,
I was like, you from Jersey? All right, give me 2 seconds.
like, yo, there are other crumpets in Jersey. Jesus.
Michael has been
What the
added to the
fuck?
chat.
Like, bro.
Ain't no way, boy.
I'm all like, yo,
Ain't no
please,
way,
yo,
boy.
and I was waiting, like, yo,
Wait, what?
please tell me when y'all having a session. I will pull right up. I will steal my mother's car if I had to. I didn't really do it, but
I was
That's
thinking about it.
I was thinking about it.
He said, but I
Like,
wasn't going to do it.
like when El Serious the Hideout told me that they was having a session in Ramsey, you know, I made sure I got off work early, drove all the way to Ramsey. And I was like a half hour
Wasn't
drive.
that in that gym?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I seen
in
that
that
footage.
gym.
That's what I think I heard about that. I was supposed to go to that, but
I
work.
didn't even know where Ramsey was.
Like I was gonna find a way. I was like, somebody come get me now. Take me there, get me back home. I'll give you gas money. I don't give a fuck, but I couldn't because I was on probation at the time. At my job, I was doing my 90 days, so I couldn't do it. So that's what happened. But like I heard that was pretty bugged.
Y'all. Like he ain't out here robbing and stealing. He was on work probation.
That's why I said I worked at a nursing home. I was on my 90 days, so it's
I
like
just finished mine 4-week probation.
it's like I just
Started a new
literally
job and everything.
literally waiting for my benefits to kick in.
Right.
I had to get insurance because my son was on the way, so that's why I had to do all that. But other than that, that's how that worked out.
Yeah. So it started me with the Ramsey session, and then after that, the official session was at Milan's house.
Bloomfield,
You
man.
know what I'm saying? Our sessions weren't really all that consistent, but that's what, like, yo, whenever we met up, it was an explosion every time we saw each other.
It was a
We
movie.
didn't have sessions that much, but we was labbing until we got to the session.
we was laughing for the
wilding.
next session. Like,
Facts. We would laugh for the next
and
session.
every session, like, even we were done dancing, it's like, it's nothing but laughs with these guys. You know what I'm saying? It's like, see what I mean? See what I mean? There's nothing but laughs with these guys. You know what I'm saying? We had to build up our consistency. You know what I'm saying? Like we're known for having sessions like every week now, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, understand it didn't start out that way. It was a process, you know what I'm saying? We really had to work at it. But, man, we really have been through a lot in the short time we have known each other. 5 years?
5 years.
5 years.
Come on.
5 years.
Coming on
Man.
6 later this year in December.
this year,
It'll be
6?
years.
Yeah, it'll be 6 years.
Yeah.
December coming next December 2nd. That'll be 6
Right.
years that Jerseyhype has been in full effect.
Like, a lot of our history is in Milan's apartment and Military Park.
Yeah.
Park.
Military Park, man. So many battles, so many new encounters, so many visitors.
We made
you know what I'm
history
saying?
out of that park.
Oh man.
Legit. We had Robbie, aka Soldier Eyes.
Yeah.
He came out. You had
Aisha, the Empress, who formerly known as Lady Chosen,
she came
She
out.
popped out. Yeah, Black Flag
Black Flag.
pull up with their damn near their whole squad.
like everybody and their grandmother showed up to that session.
Like, that was being what it was in hindsight. That was a dope ass session, and
Yeah,
I
it
feel
really
like,
That was.
yeah, I feel like what kind of made it even more funny was that because this wasn't the only time we did this, but it can be 30-degree weather, but if we're feeling buck, we will dead put a coat on and
Yeah, like we will literally.
Session.
I mean, hoodies, like puffer coats,
Yeah.
Tim's sneakers. Like we would literally even like 1 or 2 layers of clothing. We would be out there bucking.
yeah, and coats like in drug dealer coats.
Like literally, we would be
The heavy
bucking.
ones.
I don't like what was it that like when Black Flag came, it was like 22 degrees outside.
Facts.
Yo,
It
that
was
day,
legit 22 degrees outside. Like I went and
That-
bought a thermal the night before I came to that session.
I had a thermal on. a hoodie and a really, really heavy leather jacket. Like leather that's supposed to keep you
Y'all
warm.
remember my leather hooded jacket? Like, that was all
Bro,
I needed.
like
That was all I needed.
you had it, like everybody was built. Like everybody was like, "Yo, how y'all session out here? This is what we do, man. This is what we do."
Yeah, welcome to New Jersey, bro.
Like that. When we tell you, Brick City, nigga, Brick City. We was out here bugging. Like everybody would come back and like, "Yo, Jersey is buck." But we not going out there, no 22-degree weather, bucking with y'all. Let me know when y'all do some indoor shit. We usually be looking like,
And we have,
we'll let you know.
we have, 2019, the very start. We all went to Neptune.
His area.
Oh, we went.
Yeah, we
went to Neptune.
oh, that's that's
My phone agrees. Neptune.
You already know. Like we was in his neck of the woods.
That studio session was crazy.
That was butt.
I love that. I love that session we had.
That session was crazy. The battles happened. People were one-rounded. Sorry, Monster Havoc, but Brash got you.
Sorry, Nick. I love you. You my boy, but
Chronic
it
got
happened.
you.
But he did. But then he came. But then Nick came back. Nick spun
But
the
that's
block.
a whole nother story. What happened in that night? Nigga,
Well, matter of fact, we'll save that for another episode. Just as far as like talking about our favorite battles. That would be like the next episode.
That sounds.
You know what?
Yeah.
Episode 3 will be about our favorite battles and stuff like that. But on to Phantom Story.
Yeah, that's a whole list.
We're gonna have
He got a spreadsheet. Nigga, I got a scroll in the back.
shit.
Yeah, man.
That shit's still rolling.
But everything we've done in this movement, man, the progress that we made, like we even inspired my day ones to come back in the Krump. You know what I'm saying?
Sure enough, did.
Like, you know, after a while, our sessions at the living room stopped. Real life ensued, and so you know, my boys, they wasn't really following Krump anymore. They weren't laughing anymore, or you know, they were dancing, but it just wasn't Krump. It was just me still staying consistent with Krump. So, after them watching the content that El Sirius was uploading for a while, it's like, yo, when is thank you, bro.
See?
You know what I mean? Like when
That's my son, by the way, in the background. He chilling right now.
you feel
But
me?
so when you hear ad libs, that's just him.
So like after them watching our content long enough, and then you know they wanted to ask a question like, yo, when and where is the session happening? And it's like, yo, you took too long to answer me. Like, yo, come to the session. I'm always posting flyers. I'm always posting promo videos. I retired from that because El Serio does it better than me. So you know what I'm saying?
Nah, he's like Phantom still makes the whatchamacallit. He still makes the physical flyers that we post on the social media pages. But as far as like video, like real editing stuff like that, you see El Serious about that. Like he got it in that field. But when it comes to like real, like, hey, this is what we doing on social media.
No, bad right.
Them
right
two.
here, right here.
Them two.
But yeah, they really came and became an intricate part of the movement now, you know what I'm saying? And that speaks volumes, you know what I'm saying? People who stopped, they came back. They were inspired to come back, and now it's their home too, you feel me?
Yeah, Malcolm has made like 2 tapes specifically for Jersey.
Facts.
Shout out to the beat maker. He's the official beat maker of Jersey.
Facts.
And Aaron, he's just been, whenever he comes to sessions, he finds a way just to impress everybody. It's like a never a dull moment with Aaron. Like he will come back for like 8 years, and then we see him and it's like, oh shit, we never seen that before. That's Buck. We got that. We gotta do something now. Now we gotta level up.
Example, New Hype City 3, after not seeing them that long, he did some
Oh my god.
Wow.
so much so I had to pit it on the intro
Fuck
of
yeah.
Hype City 3.
Aaron was tripping. Like
I had to get him in there, and had to have your expression in there.
you would, yeah. Your expressions were like,
Yeah,
oh,
because I was
really?
just like, it ain't getting off, like going crazy.
See, that's what happens when you put people on. Like, you like,
I'm sitting here like, y'all don't understand. I experienced this surprise for 50 years.
bro, you can stand stone cold face like, yeah, I seen that already. Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah,
like, bro.
this is what he do. That's normal for Phantom, but for us, it's just like, nigga, you bugging. What the fuck, bro? What are you doing?
Man,
He's wilding.
this man is dance, pretty much.
Yeah, for real.
So this is what it is. But man, 5 years, man. So many battles, so many sessions, so many labs, so many encounters. You know what I'm saying? positive and negative. We've been through the whole Cloud9, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In a short amount of time. We stayed consistent through everything. That's why so much stuff happened. We stayed consistent in what we do.
From start to almost, we not even finished yet. We still continue. We still up in a rise.
5 years in.
We only 5 years in. We half a decade in, bro. Like, come on now. Well, just imagine what 10 years is gonna look like. 15, 20.
We still have a whole generation to build up.
Mm-hmm.
Feel me? And they have a whole generation to build up themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's how deep we plan on going with this, man.
Mm-hmm. Shouts out to all the rookies in Jerseyhype that pulled up or showed interest. Shouts out to Sirk, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Juan, shouts out to Jeremy, Charles. Shouts out to everybody. Shouts even like from New York, shouts out to Mikhail, for trusting us and
Girl
guiding
Black
us.
Lion, man.
Girl Black Lion. Shouts out to the fam. Like shouts out to everybody, bro. Like all
the rookies who look to us, feel me? We appreciate you.
Gave Krump a chance. Yes. Shouts out to y'all who gave Krump a chance, because I know a lot of people are apprehensive about approaching Krump because they think they have to be aggressive or angry. They have to be strong. When they came to Krump and they just realized you just have to be yourself. So shouts out to everybody who gave Krump a chance. That's
absolutely,
because Krump is literally the style where just give it a chance and you'll see exactly that it's not what it looks like. It's not how you take it. There's more to it. We have technique, we have history, we have foundation, we have culture. It's a whole culture. It's not even just a dance. That's how deep it is.
That's what I'm saying. It becomes a lifestyle. The more you do it and the more you embrace it, it becomes your life. Like, you become Krump. Mm-hmm. Or you make Krump, or what you bring to Krump is what you make it. And it becomes you. Don't let it overtake you. You become Krump. You are Krump. That's all it is. So, you know what? Let's let the OG talk, man. I know he got the... I got the anthology waiting. He got the anthology waiting.
7 minutes. Alright. Or to start. Dang. 2005.
Dang. 2005?
2005 was when I started. The day when Rise came out.
That's the...
And here's the crazy part. I was watching the bootleg tape.
Oh,
Rise.
dang.
You saw niggas walking.
This was on Thanksgiving. I saw... It was that type of tape. Yes, you got it right. Saw people walking and everything, but I watched it on... Oh, hi, Sandra. I know you're going to watch this. This was on Thanksgiving. My aunt brings up a bootleg tape of Rise. I'm like, oh. I said, well, what's this? Oh, that's got Krump Trent, the Clown and stuff. I'm like, oh, whatever. Because before Krump arrived, I was into popping and stuff. And I was a big fan of Michael Jackson, y'all know. And Genuine. That's why y'all always see me doing smooth stuff still to this day.
Man.
Fast.
Man.
So, she puts on this tape. I'm seeing the whole battle, the stripper dancing, the clowning. And that's when I saw Tie-Dyes. And that just blew my mind right there. After the tape ended, I want to do nothing but Krump. I was like, yo, this is going to be my second style. Because at first I wasn't trying to take it seriously. I'm like, you're going to do this like it's a style. We're going to check this out. And then, remember when I told y'all earlier about Lil C talking about, oh, this style changes every day.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it do.
I went up on YouTube. The style already changed. I found out the footage that they had on the movie was like at least about 3 years old. I'm like, get the hell out of here. So how far they are right now? They already got, the session, that website, the session when they was over at that church. I looked on there, I'm like, I said, this joint is popping. So no lie, this when, I was the school years, I was in high school. Every day, teachers and students always watching the session, always watching Tie-Dyes, and that footage and when him and Miho was going out, overseas for the first time. Then, come on, get live with me. I was always playing that. No lie. Teacher came up behind me like, I've been watching this every day, man. I said, yeah.
It's just life, bro.
As I was watching it, I was trying.
You know how it was to find Krump footage on the computers at school?
That's a whole nother topic.
That's a whole nother topic.
We weren't allowed to go on YouTube.
YouTube was blocked.
That's gonna be for episode 3.
We're gonna leave that on episode 3. That's right. So anyway, I was practicing and stuff. you know, and then it went from a hobby to quickly a passion because the abbreviation what Krump stand for, Kingdom Radical Uplifted Mighty Praise.
Man.
So when I was like, really? That's the meaning? I said, screw that. I'm gonna be with it. So next thing I'm at school, high school, and then he's like, yo, what you doing now then? I said, oh, this is what I'm doing now. And then he's like, oh, what happened to the moonwalking stuff? I said, I'm still doing it, bro. I'm just gonna be on this. They was like, you know, they had mixed feelings because, you know, they never seen a dance so wild and so crazy. Mm-hmm. They so used to me doing the smooth and the box trick and stuff, but they never seen me nothing that aggressive. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna do it.
I felt that jab, bro. You didn't even throw it.
I was on it, bro. So fast forward, you know, I'm laughing, right? My mom's supporting me doing it too because she really sees I really have a deep meaning on this dance. I really want to push it forward, you know.
Shout out to Mama Serious.
Mama Serious. Yo, Mama Serious knows the whole everybody from Bam Fam to Concrete City. The Dreams know. D-Dot Vibes know. Smuggle. Definitely Smuggle knows about her. Spuggle. I said Spuggle?
Yeah, you said his name.
Smuggling
yo,
drugs.
my bad, you see this. Like, he knows I sometimes mess up his name. I always say
he in the hype of the story.
And in the hype of the story.
But we got love for you. Shout out to New Ice City 3 champ, Spuggle, bro. Like, that's, you know.
So,
champion.
Fast forward, like when I finally got to realize there was a session happening in NY. This is when I was living in New York. I was living in the Bronx area by that time.
Wow.
Yeah. This is when I started seeing Samson, what's his name? Pride. So Real. I know y'all heard about his name. Back then he was a dead ass savage, no lie.
No.
My man,
So real, yeah.
he is so real. You know, so I'm like, I said, they making videos, they talking about, you know, because they kept on talking junk about, they wasn't real fond of the SK days. They was always making fun of them about fitteds and all this stuff. I was like, yo, I want to know where y'all at. So, next thing you know, we all linked up one day, and I was with Kingdom Krump at the time.
Peace.
Yep, I was with Kingdom Krump.
Joker.
And this is when we had our very first session all together in New York City. And that's when I met Dreams, Samson, everybody up in there. And that's when they introduced me. At first, they thought I was from upstate New York because I was with Kingdom Krump. I said, nah, I'm from the city. He said, you from the city? Like, yeah. I'm just like, you know, I'm with Peace in them. So like, oh, we gonna kick it up some. You know, so after that session ended, you know, we all linked up, you know, got our little tags from the social media. And that's when I moved to New Jersey. I moved back in New Jersey. Fast forward to then, that's when I think I started my first workshop over there. I did 2 workshops. And then after that, I started just doing lab videos. And I started going to Concrete City whenever they needed help or video work. Because this One Limit knows. Not only I was dancing, I was doing a lot of what I was doing today. I was doing back then. But on the side, I was getting my skills up at the same time.
See, my homie was outside, man.
I was doing it. I was doing it.
He was outside.
I was just quiet on the scene, but yeah, I was out there.
He was outside, man.
So, I think I'm trying to speed this up because we getting close to the hour mark. Where we start this off. Fast forward, 2005. I'm gonna stop all the way to, I say 2009, when I first met Eyes.
Ooh.
Yeah, we gonna take it there. When I finally got the meaning, what I was doing wrong, I showed him my lab videos. He looked at it. He was like, I was like, is there anything I need to work on? He was like, character. This like that. I was like, character? That's it? And so my personality has something to do with my character? He's like, I said, okay. Got on the train, back up in the city, no lie, practicing for 6-7 hours straight trying to nail that down.
Wow.
I was not, I took that one word that he said, God, because I was like, it was my first time meeting, you know, the greatest of all time. Y'all, I'm pretty sure y'all seen the footage. No, not the footage. The video. I said video. Yeah, I'm getting overexcited.
Again.
Photo of me and him. I had a photo of me and him. The ESK. This that SK days when it was him and Crush and Solo. Long time ago. You know. But I took that character to another level. I really wanted to know. I said, okay, I need to know who Eldon is, and I kept on taking it as I was learning new techniques in Krump, the basics, all the twitching, the chest pops, chest hits, you name it. And that's when I started developing my own style. That's when I was going to Philly a lot. I was going to Philly. I was going to day sessions, going back to NY, going back to Philly again. Kept on going back to back. Boom, 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 boom. I kept on improving. And then who gave me then Destroyer. Destroyer gave me some more gems. He's like, you do this one thing. And that's when I started dancing like a damn heavy hitter out of nowhere. And now people starting to recognize me like, oh, snap. Yo, I'm serious. Yo, what's going on? Fast forward to now. That's when I started hearing about other people. That's when I heard about this guy right here, Milan. Heard about Milan. They was like, yo, he's like, y'all should link up and stuff. And that's what Hazard and them was like, y'all should link up and all that. I said, all right. I said, we gonna link up. So I don't know if you was the one that hit me up or I hit you. I can't. It's been so long since.
I think you hit me up.
Yeah, because Limit came up to me. Limit came up to me and he was like, yo, I let him know about you, bro. He's like, you should hit him up. Y'all should do something.
Yeah, because Limit did tell me when I was at Riggs' house with like 5 of us. Limit was like, hit up L Series, and Riggs was like, facts, hit up L Series. And I was like, all right, yeah, I'll hit him up, or he'll hit me up.
Shout out to Stako.
I didn't even know how to spell the serious part. I knew it was an L in there.
Yo, God. No lie, it was an E with the L, but I had to take that out because everybody thought that was Spanish or something. I was like, nah, chill. I ain't trying to be all that. It just said it's L because it's my first name, basically, like Eldon. Yeah, that's all it was.
It's like a mucho lucha.
I think you should have kept it. I think that's
todo fuerte. I am the bull. But
so the idea of the whole having the Jerseyhype, that's another story right there. But I already had this concept back in 2011 that like I wanted to have a movement. I don't know what to call it, maybe Jersey Krumpers, because no one didn't know about New Jersey Krump. They didn't know about Krumpers in Jersey, period. We had dance movement, but no one, you hear about Krump, they're like, oh, you do that West Coast thing? Like, that's all you hear most of the time. You don't really hear that over here.
Or they'll say like, oh, I thought Krump was dead.
Yeah, I thought Krump, yeah.
That's the famous one.
You hear that a lot.
That's the famous one.
So when I saw other people doing it and it was just as like, I was just as passionate as I was like, maybe I can make this happen. So once again, back to the chat. The chat curation of the chat.
In the chat, that's where we came up with the name.
That's where we came up with the name.
We was throwing around words.
It was
seeing what sounded good, what had a nice ring to it.
The chat is where all of our executive decisions are made.
Like legit.
It's in the chat.
Now it's like the Jersey Leaders chat, but like now like it used to be the NJ chat. Like that's how we invite everybody in. That's where we get everybody familiar.
I think the Jerseyhype chat was the most active when all of us was talking in that chat. Now people are just asking questions in there.
Yeah, questions and all that stuff.
Or posting memes, but a lot like that's how we get people familiar. So if like you come into Jersey, that's how you get that's how you get familiar with everybody and introduced to everybody. But like a lot of the what needs to be said and what needs to be done gets done in the leaders chat. That's exclusive. That's their creation and stuff like that. Me and Eldon we are part of that too. We have our say here and there and stuff like that. But as far as like that leaders chat is all their work and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's like a lot of them, like what you see. If you don't see either these two outside, then that's when you know something is happening. If it ain't their creation, then it's all of us like a deep thought of like, yo, when we coming up with the next idea, like we got some bangers coming up. Trust and believe. We got some coming up in the works. That's for another episode, and that'll be for other days of posting on the social media. But be on the lookout for what we got in store coming this year. Like we got a lot of stuff and a lot of content coming, so be prepared for that.
With that said, we gonna have to end this.
Oh.
Okay, it's been an hour.
Word, it's been over an hour. I wanted to say this real quick. I was going because it was about the chat. That how it was between me, you, and Tyreek. It was kind of hilarious too because I think because I think Milan and Derek was paying attention. I said we need to figure out a name. We just can't call ourselves NJ Crumpers. So that's when Tyreek. There's around the time when the Avengers was popping. So he said Buxtonators or something like that. He said Buxtonators.
And then, like League of Extraordinary.
Yeah,
Buxters.
extraordinary Buxters. And then I said, keep going.
No.
keep
Any
going.
more ideas?
Keep going.
Right there. And I was like,
you said a few things. I said a few things, and then you said Jerseyhype. I said we're gonna hold that.
We definitely gonna
hold
keep that
right there. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Put a pin on that.
Put a pin on that right there. So
this was shortly after I came into the chat. Like I came in fresh new. I was like, oh, there's more people in here. Like, but other than that, he came up with the name Jerseyhype, and that was it.
My boy really said Buxton.
He really said Buxton, bro.
He said League of Extraordinary Buxters. That was the name he came up with. He said League of Extraordinary Buxters.
He took the concept from Avengers and tried to put it.
I was like, nah.
I was like, fuck no, baby.
We love you still, Tyreek.
He said Buxtonators.
That was not a good name.
That's like a Saturday morning Krump cartoon. Buxtonators.
That sounds like a cereal.
That sound like a Saturday evening drink special at the local bar.
Sound like a cereal, and the toy is a Little Tim.
Word. So we just took it with Jerseyhype because it was easy to understand, and everybody's going to hear about Jerseyhype. Like we pick Krump Jerseyhype, and then everybody's like, "What, Jersey Krumping?" Like, yeah. So that's when I was at home. I was watching WWE one day, and I was just watching New Day talking about New Day rocks. I'm like, I said, I know these Krumpers like to do a lot of slogans and stuff like The Rock, and like The Rock says, and Austin 316. That's the bottom line because the old Stone Cold said so. So I thought about it. I was like,
no copyright infringement.
Yeah. No, there's no. This is trying to I'm gonna get to my point. So I was like, okay, what happens if I just put a little slogan on it? I said, what about that overhype session? Overhype.
Again, no copyright infringement.
So I kept saying, I said, overhype, overbug, no Jerseyhype, overbug. I was like, overbug, overhype, Jerseyhype. I said, all right, now I gotta pit it, put some bass in it. Overbug, overhype, Jerseyhype.
Yeah,
gotta be slower.
My man practiced this, and
the
first time he said it on actual footage, it was curtains from there. That's just become the official slogan for Jerseyhype.
So I said,
fuck it.
So I said it again.
He pointed a black water gun at himself in the mirror.
Yep. He said, say it right.
I was literally in the mirror, just like I said.
I'm not convinced.
This is not it. I gotta do it with more.
I gotta do it. We gotta
more
get this.
feeling.
This has got it. It's like this. I want to have our own identity. Like we from Jersey, and this is our own thing. So I said it with the most feeling, overhype, Jerseyhype. That's it.
Step on your own foot. Say it again.
That's it.
So, see, these are general moments, but we gonna cut this podcast short. Be on the lookout for episode 3. You know who it is. Twin Jersey, 07. Phantom, L Sirius. You already know how to take us out, L Sirius. What's the line, man?
Overhype, Jerseyhype.
He stepped on his own foot. Say that.
And Madhouse District.
Madhouse District, man. You already know.
Madhouse.
The front line.
That's another episode.
That's another episode.
Peace out.
Peace out.